Good evening. Hello, live stream. How are we? Martin, Niall, Matthias. How do? How do? Change this webcam position. Something's been moved. There we go, that's a little bit better. Hey Tom. Sorry about the noise. What you can probably hear in the background is horrendous rainfall on the roof. I'm sorry. Though it is kind of relaxing. How's your week's been, everyone? How are you doing? How has your week treated you? Well, I hope. So I want to do something tonight. I want to, well, first of all, if you remember back to the last Tour de Zwift stage, stage 2, where we had the coffee break situation. I made a separate video on that, just as a bit of a breakdown video. And that has completely popped off. Over 30,000 views on that video that went up about 10 days ago, which was my last video. Apart from, actually it was the last video before I went to Spain. There is one video up already from Spain. But anyway, I'm going slightly off tangent. The reception from that was wild. So I'm going to do more of those, because evidently it is reaching a new audience. I had over 150 new subscribers from that video alone, which was very interesting to see in the analytics. Wasn't really expecting that, and I think I should do more of them, because there is obviously a want or a need for those shorter breakdown videos. So I'm going to take some inspiration and I'm going to do that. So we'll see what happens in today's live stream, if there's anything I can break down from it and make a video of. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump into the Tour de Zwift stage 3 A category. We're going to late join, and we're just going to ride and use it as a warm-up for the Tour de Zwift, the 4 p.m. Tour de Zwift, and do that one properly. So that's the plan. And it's a flat course, or fairly flat. We've got the jungle to deal with, and yeah, we'll give it a good aggressive race. Maybe there'll be a sprint at the end, maybe there'll be a breakaway, who knows, but we'll see what happens. So the next 45 minutes or so is going to be a warm-up and following wheels in the Tour de Zwift stage 3, and then, like I said, at 4 p.m. So on the dot, the next hour we'll be doing the proper Tour de Zwift Stage 3 from the beginning. So here we go. I'm going to try and respond to the chat as we go. But if it's noisy, I apologise. I will do my best. So yeah, let's get into it. Thanks for that, Tom. I should keep that in mind. I think there's a breakaway here, is it? Looks like it. Although, I'm definitely not in the front group here. Just for the record, if you've just joined, I did late join, so I'm not with the front group. Should we have a go at some sprints? There's a sprint coming up. I'll have a go at it. It's all good practice. Coffee break. Okay, I need to try and remember where. Try and remember where the sprint line is. Yes, we're still in the garage. Be a couple of weeks yet. Couple of weeks. Nothing wrong with roughing it. Hey, nice one, Brian. Okay, here we go. It's up here somewhere, isn't it? Let's get into, I don't know, let's go into gear 16 maybe. Feels like it's a bit of a harder gear. And try and sprint through the group. Where is... Yeah, there it is. Here we go. Yay! Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's my best PR in 90 days on that segment. Hey. Ooh. Ooh. When I went back to Sacalobra, I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to go there too often. I get dragged into doing another effort up there. Give it another year or two. I'll try again maybe. Unless the opportunity presents itself this year. I don't know. What do I think about Tom Pidcock's move? I don't know. I guess he's got his own motives. You know what he wants to do with his career. You know, he's a very successful cyclist in his own right. I think cycling tradition just doesn't want to let go of him. You know, it's like every good rider that comes through, it's like, right, you're going to push them to the Tour de France. I think he's just doing what he wants to do. I don't know. I tell you what, that is one thing. Seeing Caleb Ewan going to Ineos, I've seen there's a lot of hate online. Well, towards Ineos actually. But there has been for a while now. But there's also some hate towards the whole situation with Caleb Ewan. And I gotta be honest, like, you know, riders go through bad patches, good patches. You know, I know he's not had the best of runs for the last couple of years. And at one point he was a force to be reckoned with. But yet so was Cavendish. And Cavendish went through a period. Nobody knew what he was dealing with. He's come out the other side and he's broken the Merckx's record. So I think Caleb Ewan, as long as his head's screwed on, I suppose, you know, he's got a good few years left in him. It's just, you know, what happens between now and then. I was unlucky enough to race against him when he was racing before he went pro. Hey Greg, I'm glad you enjoyed. There's going to be lots to come, at least 5 videos. There's going to be some amazing videos to show you what we've got up to out there. I still find it very surreal that people recognize me in Zwift. I'm just another rider out here trying to get some hours in. Yeah, exactly so. Yeah, form is class. Form is temporary, class is permanent. Afternoon all. Yeah, to be honest, like what you're saying there, Tom, I mean, the big media still portrays them in a certain way, and you know, you're right. You know, they are just human beings at the end of the day, with feelings, fatigue, emotion. You know, it just so happens they're doing something that most of us would love to do. Yes, I think so. I think so, Ryan. I think so. Hey, there's another sprint coming up, isn't there? You go for that one as well? See what we can do. 2 sprints on the bounce. Wishful thinking, but we'll give it a go. No power up this time. Well, we got a fed though, but I think that's going to help. I think it's after the long straight, isn't it? This sprint. I'm not 100% sure. It's getting closer. Well, it looks like it's on a slight downhill on that mini-map. We'll see now. The road straightens up. I think it's on the other side of that. We'll go for slightly higher cadence this time. Well, we started in gear 17, didn't we? So we'll go for gear 16. Even that feels a little bit too. Go for 15. Okay. There we go. Stick the outside. So I can see where the marker is. It's going to be a 20-second sprint, yeah. Here we go. Ready? Let's go. Ah. Oh. Oh. Oh, I've got a stitch. Oh. Yeah, what happens when you flat out the graph? Does that double your FTP? Hey, take care, Brian. Thank you for the company. Oh. What did I peak at there? Was it 800? Oh, 6. Really? I could have sworn it was double FTP. I'm sure if I've done 600 watts, it's been a spiky graph. Oh. 780. Oh my word. That's not very high, is it? It's because I don't do any of it. No sprinting at all. We got a fellow back pedaler. Oh. Oh. Oh, that was a little bit grippy going up there. So we're gonna do the next Tour de Zwift event, which starts in under 10 minutes. So we're definitely not gonna finish this one, but it's gonna be a good one. Oh. Oh. Good timing. We're gonna have a little gentle spin here now down the descent. Easily spin the legs over, and we'll join the pen. Here we go. We'll join the pen. There we go, in the pen. 5 minutes to go. Good job. A part of me did want to finish that, but I don't think we were going to make it, were we? I don't think we were going to make it. But how long is this route? Just over 40 kilometers. I think in the front group we might do close to an hour. hello to everybody in the chat. I was going to say hello from a wet Wales, but it's probably wet everywhere in the UK, so... Right, hello everybody. Welcome to Tour de Zwift Stage 3 on the Big Ring, which is a fairly flat course. One that should end the sprint in a largish group, I would say, but it could end anyway. Depends how fast the group is. Yeah, Ben, I don't know if this is the first stream you've seen while I'm here, but I can't do anything about it, I'm afraid, because my mic is further away now. My fan isn't even on, so it's about as good as it gets. I'm sorry. Trying to make the best of a poor situation. But thank you for calling by. There won't be a whole ton of talking. We shall see how it plays out. Yes, be careful to turn down afterwards. I mean, my only worry is if, I don't know, some people might have headphones in, some people have their TVs on. It's always a balance with the volume, as I'm sure you know. Alright, anyway, we've got 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go, and before we kick off, now we'll see what we have in store for us here. Well, I'm going to need my fan back on. So 500 people in here, 497 actually, 498, 500, there we go, over 500 people, still growing, plus we'll have later on as well, of course. Alrighty, enjoy everyone, let's get stuck in. I'll make it a good one. Oh, I've definitely got aeroplane legs. Got back 2 days ago. So, me legs are on a plane somewhere. Oh, it's 50k. Bit longer than I thought it'd be. So tactic, I'm just going to try and stay near the front, and then when it gets hard I'm going to use my coffee power up. I should be able to stay with people that way. I have to say I get a bit bored of races that go here on this section. I'm the type of person that can happily love the Watopia map without this section. It's only good for time trials. Yeah, the only thing this flat section does, at least in my opinion, is it just extends the length of the race. Like, the intensity doesn't come here at all. I think most of us are quite happy when a race starts on here, because generally it rolls off and then it sort of groups up, you know, and you tend to see where you are because the splits happen naturally. You don't generally have to, unless you really want to get in a front group. Obviously you just have to bust a gut a little bit. Am I still sponsored by Bandit Climbers? No, Lucky. I'm not sponsored by, well, any kit sponsor, really. I got gifted a skin suit by Rule 28 for my racing endeavours, but I don't actually have a kit sponsorship per se. Hey Carlo, it was good. Thank you. Really enjoyed it. Way better than Mallorca, I think. Safe to say. As everyone's been telling me for a while. Just at the back of this little split here. There it is. Just starting to line out again. Funny you should mention that anyway, Lucky, because I made some adjustments to the description below this video. Some new links, updated information. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, 93 people on this front group. Could tell the pace is backed off. Look how it's spread across the road there. Yeah, I can't speak for them, Lucky, but I think it's probably, there's so many kit manufacturers out there now. I think, it's a really hard business to be a part of. And it's funny because, they've got a very niche brand with the climbing, but they've gone down the route now of, holiday trips, escapes. So, it's just different business model. I have no idea what it takes to be a kit kit brand, I suppose. I'm still wearing some of their kit, but I obviously ride on a daily basis. Stuff is really wearing out now, so as you can imagine. Yeah, still got a good relationship. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do any of it, Tom. I know they've got a hill climb on. I want to organise a couple myself, so maybe if I go up there and do that, they can send some advertisement my way for my event. But I know there's going to be a big turnout for their hardest 100, which isn't the hardest 100, as Nick Brownbill and myself proved. Well, and Nick primarily, actually. I can't take credit for that. It's just we can't hold an event on those roads. Oh. I'm not sure, Matt. I'm not sure. Some people have had some problems with the code. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it only works once. Just double check it. Obviously, if you're using it on top of another, if there's already a sale on or something, then maybe it doesn't work. Oh, we have a professional rider in here, folks. Riding for Wahoo. You can tell that because they're allowed to ride in their own kit. Hey, thank you, Phil. Hope all is well. Another blooming storm again. I always forget how long this bit is as well. Although we have just done it. getting stretched out yet. Just going to stay in this top 50 or so. Well, hopefully it's this coming Friday, Kev. Hopefully. But it's going to be at least another 2 weeks until we get internet again, which is really impacting my work, technically. Just because everything's so slow and you hotspot. But I have been going to my local cafe, which has been a godsend. And they've been really helpful, allowing me to just sit there for far longer than they'd probably like. But going to Spain was good timing, I suppose. So we're okay, we'll make it through. It's not the end of the world. It's really it's really nice that so many people are asking, and you know, kind of looking forward, I guess, to having you know, having this channel, having like a dedicated space for it, you know, for Zwift racing and for doing bits and bobs, filming and what have you, with a bit more space. Space is just what you're really paying for, right? So, yeah. Looking forward to bringing you all along. Won't be doing this forever, so making the most of it. No, Kev, I can't do any of them until I have a proper. I can't do it like this. I've explained the situation. It's I don't think it's appropriate, but you know, because you guys can't really hear me properly, and I don't know. I appreciate that, Phil. I'm probably more referring to like the content of, I guess, what I'm doing and what I'm able to do with performances, etc. Of course, I'll try and keep doing it for as long as possible. Question is, will I get to 50,000 subscribers before I get to 50? That'll be the real goal. Although I don't know if you caught what I said earlier, Phil, about the breakdown video that I posted just before I went away to Spain, where I broke down the Total Zwift Stage 2 race. I gained nearly 200 subscribers just from that short video alone. Well, I say short, it was 20 minutes. There was way more people that watched that. Like, so there's 30,000 views currently, and nearly 3,000 of those views are unique viewers. So, you know, it's caught, you know, more people outside of the channel. Oh, that's good, Phil. I've got a hotspot which I've been using, which we use when we go away in the van. So I'm doing okay. It's just it's not very fast. You know, I can't upload a YouTube video, that's for sure. I think when so I follow some guys who do a lot of Gran Turismo content, so they're gamers and they'll drive on Gran Turismo, they'll live stream for like 3 hours, loads of different races, and then they'll cut it down and make video from it, and that video goes, you know, reaches far more people. But I think it's definitely why there's so many people who started YouTube channels to do with Zwift, and they've managed to get good traction, you know, by doing those breakdown videos. Of course, that's not everybody, but it's I definitely see it more often than not. So I should be doing it on the regular, really. I probably should have started doing it a lot earlier. You know, you've only got to look back at, you know, my original Alp to Zwift PB attempt like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. I should have kept, you know, doing videos off the back of the live streams, but I missed the boat there. Yeah, that's true. No, that's exactly why I follow these guys on, you know, these racing games. Because sometimes I just have it as background noise. But I'm also picking up a few things here and there that, you know, has nothing to do with cycling, but can transfer. No, we're not home. Still my parents, Nathan. Still my parents. So the internet is good, yeah, but not. Still don't have internet where I am. Ah, okay. Cheers, Phil. So I'm referring to Super GT on YouTube. There's also Rory Alexander, who I've just discovered. Yeah, it's intriguing. Especially gamers, it's very intriguing. I know, thank you, Nathan. I am relieved as well. Yeah, speaking of Mr. Beast, have you seen the Amazon Prime series? That's a bit mad, that. Am I going to try and breakaway? I don't know. Should we try a breakaway? Give me a sign. What's the sign in the chat? Like the video, or well, actually, yeah, I can see it if you're liking the video. But I would say throw an ed mode in the chat. But we're getting close now to the climb, and everyone's going to be waiting for that climb, really. Which is a good thing and a bad thing, because you know, we could try and go and break away just before it, you know, because people might not be willing to do anything. But saying that, you know, the climb is just the easiest place really to attack, because it's where it's going to be naturally hard anyway. Oh, thank you, AP. Topaz, can you get a shout out for your teammate Luke? Shout out to Luke. Go Luke. Everyone give a go Luke. Let's go Luke. Keep plugging away. Where's Luke from, Topaz? Where's Luke from? Now then, should I get rid of this power up and see if I get a better one? What do we think? Yes, I was thinking that. Definitely feels like it's slowed down a little bit now. Just a little bit. You can see the graph at the bottom. A little bit of grey and blue, which is nice. Nice try, Tom. Oh, nice. Moved to Canada. Oh, that's really nice. Do I think I'd make it as a pro now? Depends on my job was. Yeah. Funny you should ask that question, because it's very difficult to go pro. Very difficult. You know, so many things have to fall in place, not just being able to push, you know, 6 watts per kilo, 7 watts per kilo, whatever. You know, you need to make it through a system, a pathway. You know, don't necessarily have to be winning races, you know, because as I discovered, it's also about who you know and what you know. But, you know, there's plenty of riders out there who have pro level power. You know, it's whether or not they would make it through the pathway. You know, you don't just click your fingers, or you don't just turn up to a race and qualify to be a pro, if that's a way I can put it. Also got to remember, there's a lot of 20-year-olds that are just as strong as you know, as the likes of myself or anyone doing 6 or 7 watts per kilo for a prolonged period of time. I mean, I don't know how long you've been following AP. I mean, I did race at UCI Continental level, which isn't technically professional, but the types of races I was doing, with the contacts that we had, we were able to race at a much higher level than the team maybe is capable of doing. So we raced, you know, with a lot of world tour teams. I have to say, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. You know, when I was young it was, but when I started to get stronger, you know, it was, you know, that jump between world tour and what we were wasn't as big as we thought. The only difference is, you know, you gotta have luck on your side a little bit, and there's a lot of other, you know, things that go into it, and it's a great career to pursue, let me tell you. You know, it's very rewarding, but it can also destroy people, there's no doubt about it. Couple of moves here now. It's just before the climb, which is something I was thinking of doing. How so, Phil? Enlighten people. Yeah, well spotted. It's almost like a bit of a tick though, like it's like you know, it's like something that you do automatically just to sort of keep yourself in the zone or calm yourself. I don't really think about doing it, it's just something I do. But you're probably right. Has this group got smaller now? Let's have a look. Looks fairly small. Still going to be about 50 or 60. It's quite a lot. You know, how much of a break are we going to be able to force? I've never done one, Adam. I've ridden my bike for 24 hours. That's one of the most enjoyable things I've done. Top tip if you're going to do it, start in the evening and do the night section first. You'll thank me. Now, if people use the coffee power up, we are going to be a bit stuck. Because there's not really anywhere where I can force anything. Let's see the second here. Ah, I know Timmers. Or know of Timmers. Oh, my heart is high. Very high. Bit unusual. Yeah, I don't feel 100%. My heart rate's that high. I could be fresh, but I don't feel very good. Like, I don't feel fresh, is what I mean. Yeah, I don't feel 100% now. Like, seeing my heart rate go that high, knowing what I've done this week, although I think it's probably the travel. Like, I flew home 2 days ago, I didn't do anything yesterday. I feel really blocked today. My legs have felt absolute rubbish since getting off that flight. No excuses, that's just how I feel. You know, it's a shame. Well, you can't help but get paranoid when you travel. You know, as an athlete or even just a normal person. Oh. That group isn't too far behind there. Don't know how big it is, but because he's a pro. That looks like a fairly small group behind. Not at sea level. Now, there's a lot of strong riders here, so we'll see what happens. I know, Tom. Right, folks, what do we think a tactic should be here? Oh, they caught us. This is going to be quite hard because there's no real way, I don't think, of getting away from these. There's too many of them for one. And I don't think I've got the legs. In all honesty. No, I'm not in a good way. I feel empty, so that's a shame. I'm gonna have to just try and stay with the group. I've not got the minerals. Something's going on. No, I know, Phil, just part of me just maybe thought I could just slip away, but they won't let that happen, so it's not gonna happen. There's too many riders, basically, so it means there's always someone who's gonna cover. Yeah, there's too many riders here that we know as well, in theory, or people know. No, I know. I hope so as well. But end of the day, there's not really any symptoms other than I just don't feel. I feel a bit off. Like I don't feel like I can press hard and go deep. So I've still got to ride. That's the fine line we're dealing with now, unfortunately. When you don't feel great, it's like you've just got to tread the line carefully. Let's see what happens in the last 6k. The problem is, guys, if I don't have the legs to actually break away, I definitely haven't got the legs to stay away. So that's the situation. So I think we just sit in now and wait for the sprint. See how it plays out. Yeah, I could go on a coffee break, that's right. Thank you, Anthony. It's quite an interesting group, this, because only one or two of us have actually tried a break so far. So maybe these are waiting for this last couple of K. Or maybe they are waiting for the sprint, we'll see. Well, we're just going to follow. Okay, 3K to go. Someone usually goes here. He's going long. He's got a gap. He's gone. So what happened there was I wasn't willing to follow that because I knew everyone was looking at me to follow it. So sometimes I think in that situation I made the call to not follow it, knowing that if I followed it I would have had to have used my sprint or some of it to close the gap. Everyone would have come across with me and then I would have had nothing left for the sprint, although we would have been all together probably. But in that situation I decided to say no, I'm not going to go for it, you're going to have to go for it. And obviously what happened was nobody closed the gap. So you guys were right on the stream. You did say that people might have been waiting for me to go in the last 3 or 4k, and obviously I didn't. So it came down to, well, almost a sprint apart from, you know. But yeah, I did use the power up too early. You are spot on. I did use the power up early. I panicked. I thought that obviously sprinting's not my strong point, so when it comes to sprinting I do panic a little bit, and I think knowing where to sprint and where to use the power up is a tricky thing to do. But saying that, I think I managed to come through well. I hit the front. So, you know, essentially I was giving myself the best chance of being at the front and coming backwards rather than being in the group or at the back of the group and going forward. Because in previous sprints, I don't really ever make up the positions because I don't have a very high peak power. You know, if I can hit the front, at least I have some capability of holding the power a little bit, so that does help. It does help, and it stops people from coming around sometimes. And it also puts people off when they see that you're at the front as well, right? So, so yeah. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Let's have a quick look at the graph, everyone. Let's have a quick look at the graph. If I do a summary video of this race, let me know quickly in the live chat what you would like to hear about, maybe in that video. Which segment would you like me to focus on, or what topic when it comes to analysing or looking back on this race. As you can see, there's only really a lot of colour when we start to get to the back end, but that's quite an easy effort, you know. Look at that, that's quite an easy effort, and I didn't feel great. So that's not a bad cough, I hope. That's more just a cough of effort. I hope, anyway. Yeah, so can't win everything, that is correct. How much is your FTP? My FTP is 359 watts. And I weigh about 62 kilograms at the minute. Ooh. Yes, Greg, I will. I'll talk about that. But of course, the simple answer is yes. It is something that you can train, and generally as well. We've done it in the past. Some of you OG members might remember a couple of years ago we did like a 1 month dedication to sprinting on Zwift, and seeing if I could improve through training sessions and through races, if I could improve my sprint. Long story short, yeah, we did, and it doesn't take a lot if you never do it. So yeah, but it's the same with anything. The harder things to train for, or the things that take more time, and also well, yeah, definitely longer time to adapt to, are FTP, lactate threshold type improvements. So yeah. Whew. Right then. Thank you for tuning in. A couple of questions. How much is that in watts per kilo? It's just under 6. Just under 6 watts per kilo. What's my VO2 max? Well, I've only had it tested once, as about 2 years ago, but that was just below 80. So yeah, yeah, Tom. Well, I won't be doing the British Hill Climb Championship, so I won't have to train for it. So there we go, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate your company. Have a good Sunday evening. I will see you next time. Oh, I don't want to do read